New at 6, why Oroville is pushing ahead on unfulfilled plans to develop a lot along the Feather River. We break down the latest step in the controversy.
Plus, we hear from farmers on how the passing of Prop 50 could affect them.
And
so we need his eyes and ears up there. It's not everything can be replaced by a camera or a computer these days.
firefighting is changing. Tonight, a member of the old guard of fire lookouts shares his farewell story.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
New at 6, Oroville is working to get development going on the Gateway project.
Yeah, the City Council decided unanimously this week in closed session to hire attorney Mark Habib to advise on legal options. It's supposed to happen along Montgomery Street between Highway 70 there and Feather River Boulevard. Well, earlier this month, the council reviewed an investigative report on the sale of the land in 2022 to CMG Project 1200, owned by Mark Mendez. Mayor David Pittman today told me that they sold Mendez the land for just $1, with the understanding he would have a development underway on the nearly 13-acre site by 2024. Well, the report found that Mendez borrowed $1.5 million using Gateway as security, and that then Mayor Chuck Reynolds and then City Administrator Bill LaGrone were the ones who requested Mendez develop Gateway. And also in that report, it showed that city staff shared concerns that the project was too large for Mendez to do alone. Well, today Mendez told me in part that just months ago he did present the city with plans for phase 1 of the development, including renderings and layouts. And he also says the council had no comment on those plans. He also said that he's navigating the financial realities of building, like slow commercial real estate and high interest rates. He also accused the current mayor, David Pittman, of trying to undermine the project. You can find that full, more than 40-page report on the city's investigation into this project as part of this story on our Action News Now homepage. Some Reading residents are pushing the city council to put a cap on mobile home park rent increases. Kona Irvin and Paula Montgomery live in the Redwoods mobile home community and say their rent has gone up 9% in the past 9 months. That's legal because under California's Tenant Protection Act, rental rate increases cannot exceed a flat 10% hike in a 12-month period. But the women claim it's too much to keep up with.
Plus gas, food is off the charts, medicine. At our age, we need a few medicines. So yeah, it keeps going up.
And if I might add, our utilities are separate from that.
They say the changes came when Sacramento-based company Private Equities Corporation bought the park last year. A spokesman for the mobile home park says most of the increase is to cover a property tax increase. 70 tenants signed a petition that will be presented at the Reading City Council next meeting, calling for a rent stabilization ordinance to cap rate increases for people of a certain age and tax bracket.
The Lassen National Forest's Colby Mountain Fire Lookout Tower, it's been manned by a dedicated watchman for more than 40 years. But last week, he was told this would be his last week at the tower. They're shutting it down. Action News Now reporter Margot Rowe spoke with the man and community members about this sudden change.
I've been told hundreds of times that if I'm not up here, they're nervous.
Ken Jordan has served as a lookout at the Colby Mountain Lookout for 41 years. His eyes and knowledge bring security to people in the Butte Meadows and Jonesville area. But last week, he says the Forest Service told him this was his last year.
He goes, yeah, we're going to tear it down. It's a piece of junk. The lack of maintenance has been the issue. And there's a couple cameras up here.
Jordan argues that the structure is still sound, and he's maintained a lot of the maintenance on the tower. And locals say cameras should not replace a human, especially when it comes to fire safety.
It's been many years of him up there during our summer, during our fire seasons, and it's we're grappling right now with what to do and think and without him there.
Community members are making an effort to try to change the Forest Service's decision. Reporting in Butte Meadows, I'm Margot Rowe for Action News Now.
Now, we did reach out to the Lassen National Forest for comment, but did not receive a response because of the government shutdown.
A Chico woman will spend nearly 7 years in prison for abuse of children and animals under her care.
Felicia Louise Whitrock Wyatt let her nonverbal 8 and 10-year-old children, as well as dozens of animals, live in deplorable and uninhabitable conditions. The Butte County District Attorney, Mike Ramsey, said that Whitrock Wyatt failed to take responsibility for her role in the crimes, despite being charged for the exact same crimes in 2023. Her husband and co-defendant, David Allen Pedersen, will be sentenced November 13th. Now a live look from the Mount Bradley Alert California camera, looking right there at Mount Shasta.
Gorgeous shot overhead, and our chief meteorologist, Howie Gordon's tracking our Thursday evening for us.
Yep, beautiful weather has returned to Northern California after a chilly, breezy, rainy, and even a snowy start to the week. Finally, temperatures getting closer to average, highs in the mid to upper 70s today. Over in the ridge and foothills, temperatures in the mid 60s. Even way up there in El Cerro, sitting right now at 60 degrees. We're on the windy side a couple days ago, not so much now. Winds on the lighter side. So when you want to add cloud cover with no sun, temperatures 15 degrees, 20 degrees cooler than we have right now, and then you throw the strong winds, and it was really, really chilly. So lighter winds, warmer temperatures, and sun really feels a lot different. And as we look ahead to the weekend, looking to be very, very nice, dry, warm, and sunny. And we're going to talk more about this beautiful weather coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Howie.
Well, the annual Pink Sundial Resource Fair is happening right now. Action News Now reporter Blake Mayfield joins us live from the Sundial Bridge in Redding. And Blake, I hear there are local organizations there to help people learn more about breast cancer. By the way, I'm waiting to see you with one of those pink firefighter hats on. What's going on?
That's a good suggestion, Alan. They're actually right behind the camera here behind me. But you are right. A lot of resources, a lot of people here. I could always show you guys better than I could tell you. We have tons and tons of people here from the local community. Everyone from Billy and Patrick at Q97 to Shasta County DA's office, the sheriff, Anderson Police, of course, Redding Police right here with their 2 marked cars out here in front. And when we turn to my left, we have more stuff. Redding firefighters are also here with their fire trucks. They got their ladders out. Raba's here with one of their throwback buses and whatnot. But let me show you guys this. I didn't show you guys this last half hour. I thought this was really creative. We have a pink stormtrooper here. How cool is that? And they got pink lightsabers and whatnot. I can fully admit, not even the biggest Star Wars fan on earth, still pretty cool nonetheless to have them here. So got that video for you guys. I'll share that later on socials. But yeah, it's a good event, great event. Think Pink. People coming down, learning about breast cancer awareness and kind of ways that you can prevent them, ways that if you end up having it, ways you can treat it. Just having all sorts of resources for people. They're giving out free pink bags and whatnot. I actually talked to a volunteer just moments ago that's here with that cowboy hat, Alan, at a tutu, and asked her just about what the event means to her and why she wanted to volunteer for Think Pink tonight.
I just want people to be aware of it and like how it can cause like so much damage to so many people. Not just people dealing with cancer and then their loved ones have to go through that loss too.
And this event's going on till 8 o'clock tonight. So the Sundial Bridge right behind me here, the beautiful Sundial Bridge, obviously tons of people on it walking right now. There is a lot of stuff going on the other side of the bridge here, the other side of the Sacramento River. The bridge will light up in pink tonight at 8, and it's just an awesome event. If you guys are here in the Redding community, it's totally free to come down, bring your family, bring whoever you want, and yeah, come meet a bunch of people. You can meet local, firefighters, policemen, get resources to figure out how to best deal with something like breast cancer if it's affected you, and just have a good time. It's a very awesome event they do here. Crazy it's gone countrywide, starting out of Redding, California, of all places, but you love to see it. Reporting live in Redding, I'm Blake Mayfield, Action News Now.
Great event. All right, thank you, Blake.
Well, today marks day 16 of the government shutdown, and Shasta County put out a release addressing county programs that could be impacted by it. It says it's still assessing the possible impacts by identifying programs, trying to figure out the number of people affected, and trying to see what support staff can do to keep things up and running during the funding lapse. We will update you as soon as we learn more. New tonight, we spoke with Republican Congressman Doug LaMalfa to get his thoughts on the government shutdown.
It affects so many things negatively. There's nothing good that comes from a shutdown other than, I guess, whatever political posturing that they might be trying to do over there in the Schumer side of the U.S. Senate.
Senators returned to the floor for a 10th 10th attempt to fund the U.S. government today, and once again, the GOP measure failed. Democrats insist any deal must include an extension of Affordable Care Act tax credits, but they're blaming Republicans for refusing to negotiate. New basketball courts mean more than just fun and games. We'll show you how they're helping students learn.
First, though, from tragedy to triumph. See how Paradise is celebrating a major milestone in its campfire recovery.